Hey guys, OBP here from Ollie's Big Picture. Today I made it finally to Russia. I'm just kidding. I'm still in China, but I'm at the Russian border in the north of China, very close to Mongolia as well. And today I want to show you how the city here is, this border city called Manzhouli. Let's see how Russian or Chinese the city is. Behind me there you can see a very beautiful European looking church. And I'm here on a hill where you can see also a little bit of the city already. But now, without further ado, let's get into it and let's check out the city. After checking out Manzhouli now for a couple days, I must say I'm really impressed by the city. Many friends ask me, why are you going there? This is somewhere nowhere. Why did you choose to go to this place, not to any other place in your free time? And for me it's like I'm a very big fan of the inner Mongolia. I'm a very big fan to go to places not many people have seen before, because I want to see it by myself and I want to check it out for me and for you and my friends to share, to show you also in those unknown places are a lot of things, a lot of interesting things to find. And there's also many things that might surprise you. For example, I was surprised by the size of the city. The city is quite big. Of course, for China, the city is a small town. However, for Europeans, or for me as a German especially, this city is quite big. As well, the city is really modern and the city is really clean and really safe. I cannot stress it enough how clean the cities are nowadays here in China, because when I came to China about I think 10 years ago, China and those cities weren't that clean. Nowadays they are very well managed. We have beautiful parks, as you can see behind me, those lake and park right here in downtown of the city. They have beautiful grasslands. These grassland parks give the city a very nice, calm, relaxed feeling, as well as you have a lot of Russian import stores. Yesterday I visited one of those Russian import stores where you find all the goods and items from Russia, also for a quite competitive price, I think. And you also have very nice Mongolian / inner Mongolian and Russian restaurants. And you also have very nice Russian type architecture buildings here. So it's a very nice fusion of a Chinese city with some Russian impact. I have never been to Russia, so I cannot tell you if those buildings are really like Russian architecture or if it's like a mix or a Chinese interpretation of Russian architecture. But it's for me very interesting to see that they have those different kind of churches here. For us in Europe, it's like Chinese temples in China. Everywhere you have a church. It's just a part of the culture. You can find it anywhere in any village or city. But to see it here in a Chinese city, at a border somewhere in northern China, at a Mongolian, Chinese and Russian border, was really interesting to see. Very interesting experience. It's a little bit out of place. It was just unfortunate to see that most of those buildings, they were kind of empty. Like, they look very impressive from outside, but inside there was not much going on. So I don't know what's the point or what's the case about those buildings, and what is the purpose of those buildings. Just to look nice from outside but nothing inside. I don't know, maybe you guys can tell me. I also had a very nice taxi driver who drove me all around the grasslands, who drove me around the city. In the middle of the way we had a flat tire. This reminded me very much when I came the first time to China with a German friend. The very first time, taxi from airport to our university in Shanghai. I think not more than 5 minutes or 10 minutes before the arrival we also had a flat tire on the highway, but it was fine. They fixed it quite quickly and we could continue our journey to see some of those old Russian buildings of like farmers. We could see the old train, we could see some, it seemed like, when I understood it right, it was like an old prison. It was quite interesting to see those European looking buildings that are, for me and maybe for the most of you in Europe or in Western countries, are quite normal, to find them here in China, in this city. Very interesting to see. As well, as you can see, plenty of Russians here. I didn't expect to see so many Russians after I went to another border city at the Amur River in Heihe, what is in the northeast of China. There were not so many Russians, to be honest, in this city, but here I see plenty of Russians. They go shopping here, they go eating here with their families. It's quite interesting to see, and it's quite interesting to be right at the border between like the Caucasian people like me and the Asian people like here the Chinese. Like, you're right here on this border, so it's very interesting to see. For example, yesterday I went to this Mongolian restaurant and the owner was a Mongolian. He looked genetically more like a Mongolian than a Chinese. He grew up in Russia and he speaks fluent Mongolian, Russian and Chinese, and running his business here as a Chinese. So it's very interesting to see this mix and this melting pot of cultures. You can hear many different languages in the city, many languages besides Russian and Mongolian. It's very interesting to hear and to experience. And we are also here right now at the Trans-Siberian stop between Russia and Beijing. This is also another very interesting part of the city. Therefore, I can only recommend to come here. It's very beautiful in the summer. I guess in the winter it's quite cold. I must admit, in the winter I'm not sure how cold it's gonna be here, but for the summer, to enjoy the grasslands, to enjoy most of the cuisine is meat, to enjoy some good meat, some good Mongolian food, some good authentic Russian food. It's definitely a place worth to check out, and it's worth to make this very long trip to come here.